I've always been one of them type of inmates that wanted to know how prison really worked. I didn't want to be one of them ones scared inside of the dorm, away from everybody, not know what's going on. I felt like the only way you would know it's coming is if you seen it coming. And one thing I learned when I first got locked up was some very weird and crazy hiding spots when it comes to weapons. I was like, damn, how do you fit that up there?
Same time of the week, better be there. Have my people send a message, make sure that it's there. Time for me to collect, bring the shit over here. Cause you can tell that my face don't make me come over there. I'll run up in your room, put my shank in your neck. Swear to God, I wet you up, better show me respect. I'm hitting licks like nut, break bread with dogs. Putting on for each side, Davey, this Kfrog, this a robbery. Heard what I said, I got some names I won't say. Most of them dead, for that tunch you get there's a price on your head. Take the shit out your locker, throw it all on my bed. You got a daughter back you up, I don't care what you click. 2 lockers to fit both y'all shit. See me in the cut jamming, smoking the rip. Getting tired with the money that your people are sent. See on the streets I would've bust you, but in prison I come cut you.
What's up, y'all? You already know, man. Kfrog TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Want to tell everybody if this your first time tuning in over here, my name Kfrog, and 9 times out of 10, everything I talk about over here is prison related. For this one here, man, I'm going to be talking about something that I observed and seen when I first got incarcerated in prison. Like I said in my intro, I was never really one of them type of people that just sat in the dorm. And I feel like that's something you shouldn't really do. You should learn what's really to expect when it comes to being incarcerated, all right? So I always wanted to see things. I wanted to know where certain things were on the pound. I wanted to know what was going on. If things were going down, I wanted to make sure, you know, I knew about it, you know, because I want to make sure I'm not one of them ones that's on that platter, you feel me? Now, when you get locked up, of course, a lot of things that you are going to see is things that you're not supposed to talk about. All right, when it comes to weapons, there's numerous hiding spots, and what I'm gonna talk about in this video is common knowledge. Okay, something that people have known about for years, something that's going to continue to go on, things that went on for decades, you feel me? And I'm just gonna let y'all know how it went down and how I first observed and seen it. Now, on this particular day, I was going to the rec yard. It was like me and 4 of my homeboys. We were all going out there to hang out, see what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Just to get up out the dorm. It's kind of like when you're stuck inside, you're in there all day. You know, you want to go out there and, you know, breathe a little bit. So we decided to go to the rec yard. But one thing about this rec yard is this was like my 2nd or 3rd time ever going on a rec yard. This was my first time going on this specific rec yard. But it was like my 2nd or 3rd time on a rec yard, period. Okay, so, you know, daily procedure when it comes to going on a rec yard, depending on what camp you're at, they might search you. They might not. They might have the metal detector thing you got to walk through to get out there, you feel me? So, as we're going to walk through to the metal detector, I'm standing there. You know, they make you take everything out your pockets. You know, I'm doing the same thing that I do still to this day, even though I don't have to. But anytime I go to a courthouse or somewhere that's got a metal detector, I always pat myself down. I don't know why. I'm still like that, but it is what it is, you know. So I'm over there, you know, checking myself like I knew I ain't have nothing on me. But just to be sure, you know, I don't want to have nothing that I shouldn't have. So as I'm patting myself down before I get ready to go through this metal detector, go out there on the rec yard, I look down as I'm going like this, and I see fresh, you know, drops of blood. You know, like literally, like it looked like a trail. Telling one of my dogs, I'm like, somebody got wet up out here already. You feel me? That's the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, somebody got wet out here today. You feel me? You could just tell by how fresh that blood is. Ain't nobody stepping it or smear it yet or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, that's how it be. You know, shit goes down. So we go through the metal detector. Of course, nothing goes off because I ain't got nothing on me. Me and my dogs, we good. We make it to the rec cage. Once we're cutting through the rec cage, they got all the weights and everything out there. They got people working out. You know, they got people standing in line by the damn kiosk machine where you plug your MP in to get music. You know, they got people over there by the water fountains. You know, I'm just observing. You know, I want to learn what it is on this pound. You know, I want to know what to expect. You know, you can learn a lot on the rec yard. You know, you can learn who runs with who, who's a part of what gang, who not to go around, who's always got problems, who's always talking to other people. You know, you can see all this just from going on the rec yard. So as we, you know, cut through the rec cage and see all this shit, you know, we decided to do a couple laps walking around the track. You feel me? We walking around and shit like that. Next thing you know, I look over, I see an inmate, and he's got blood on him. So when I see the blood on him, I'm like, damn, look, he must have been around when the stabbing occurred where the drips of blood were coming from earlier. Or maybe he's one of the dudes that got wet that happened to still be on the pound, you know, that still are on the rec yard, that haven't been caught yet by the guards. So, you know, I see him a little bit, but, you know, they tell you to keep your eyes, you know, to yourself. So it's cool to peep something, but you don't sit there and stare nobody down, because then, you know, you could become a plate and get yourself put on that platter. So we just sitting there joking, talking shit. You know, they talking shit about my football team. I'm talking shit about their football team. You know, we just going back and forth, just observing shit. So after we hung out on the, you know, did a couple laps and shit, we're like, man, let's go get some water. So we go back towards the rec cage. Now, while we go to the rec cage this time, we sitting there chopping it up, you know, talking and shit. My dog takes a drink. My other dog takes a drink. I'm still talking to them boys. Next thing you know, I go to take a drink. Boom. While I'm taking the drink, I look over there and I see the same inmate that had blood on his pants. And out of nowhere, he's like in the corner of the rec cage over there, like, you know, by himself. He's looking around suspicious, and I'm like tapping my dog, like I'm drinking the water out of the, you know, the water fountain. But since I'm looking in that direction, you feel me, I thought bro was like checking in, or if he was gonna do something to somebody. Like he just had like a real suspicion about him, other than him having blood on his pants. So I'm tapping my dog and I'm like, oh, Pete bro. That's what I'm telling him, like, y'all boys peep. And out of nowhere, man, that boy sticks his hand behind him, just like this, makes like a weird noise, and just boom, pulls a knife out. Had blood on it. That's what the blood was. The blood that was on his pants was because he was leaking out of his, you know, his hidden spot. You know what I'm saying? And that right there, like, opened my eyes to how far somebody will go, you know, inside a prison. I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, this dude is hurting himself very badly just to hope to hurt his target. You get what I'm saying? Once I observed that like opened my mind and let me know and make me realize anything can happen inside a prison. You got people in there that are hiding knives that look like this inside their ass. You feel me? And it was crazy because some people will wrap them, you know, and put saran wrap or whatever it is they put around it just to make it to where it's, you know, not pointy or anything like that. The fact that he was already bleeding was the fact he already cut himself. And that trail of blood I seen when I came in through the metal detector was his blood drops from when he went through the metal detector. So he hadn't even did what he wanted to do with the banger. So me from the get-go was wrong about when I seen it. Damn, bro, look, somebody already got hit over here on the yard today. You see? And my dog was like, oh, it be like that, shit happens, you feel me? But at the same time, we were both wrong. That inmate was bleeding and left a trail behind because he was trying to sneak a knife on the rec yard. And he accomplished it. He literally had that banger on him in the rec cage. So when he pulled that out of his ass, and we all seen it, we're like, oh shit, bro, tripping, right? When we all backed up, like, just to get from around there, because I knew if anybody else spotted it, somebody was gonna holler and make a scene. Soon as we peeped and we went to falling back, other people that was in there doing their little curls and, you know, the little thing where you put your arms on the machine and you pull it towards you like that too and shit like that. Once we seen they were doing all that, and once, you know, and they observed it, you hear everybody say, hey man, you good, man? Hey bro, what's going on? Caused commotion. Soon as me and my dogs were walking away from the rat cage, here come a couple guards. Because of the commotion, the loudness. That man pulled that knife that he had covered in blood, and the dude who was making, you know, the scene, that basically was like, man, hey man, you okay? What you got going on over there? That dude got attacked. He attacked that man with the knife. And when he ran after the dude with the knife, he damn near slipped on his own blood to attack that guy. And that guy grabbed him. like right here. And them boys went to rolling around, and another 2 dudes jumped on him, and they took the knife from him. And when they took that knife from him, they didn't cut him or anything like that. The guards were already running there. You feel me? The guards already came. And the bad thing about it all is they gassed them boys. They sprayed them. The dude who had the knife, the dude who was holding them down, and the dude who was bleeding on his pants all got gassed and got took to confinement. Now, the other 2 dudes that were just, you know, trying to protect themselves and get the knife from the dude because they didn't know what was going on, them dudes there eventually got out of confinement, you feel me? But they did have to take that fall and go, you know, get put under investigation first till the guards know what really was going on, you feel me? But a lot of people on the yard, you know, a lot of people that was inside the cage that he could have been targeting, all of them was like in their favor, in their, you know, like on their DR and trying to put word in for him to get them back on the pound. Now, he didn't get to stab nobody, okay? This story isn't about him stabbing nobody. The story is more of the fact that, you know, you're unlikely to not use the same hiding spot as this individual did. Me, I would never do that. You understand? A lot of other people watching this video would probably never do that either. But the fact is that people do that. And people doing it for years, you know, and people are going to continue to do that. There's some people that feel like, well, you know, if I can fit, you know, a lighter up there, then hey, I can fit a phone. If I can fit a phone, then hey, I can fit, you know, 7 packs of cigarettes. If I can fit 7 packs of cigarettes, I can fit a knife. And that's how people look at it. You get what I'm saying? And I just wanted to talk about this to let y'all know that guards known for years places that inmates hide knives, you know, and contraband. They've known it for decades. They're not dumb. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say this is a common knowledge video. But this right here was one of the things that caught my attention to know these people in here are not playing. You understand? Never found out who it was he really was trying to stab. But he snuck that shit out there for a reason. And he cut himself badly in the process. If you would have seen as much blood as I seen, it wasn't just no little bit of, you know, blood. It looked like dead ass someone was leaking as they were getting escorted to damn, you know, medical. It looked like someone literally got cut when I seen the blood. And the blood on his pants, you know, I should have put 2 and 2 together, but at that time I was green to prison. I didn't really understand. I didn't really know what it was. You know, you hear these things, you hear different stuff, but a lot of things be myths, you know what I'm saying? People that want to scare other people, people that want people to think that it is as bad, so it looks like they've been through the worst, you know, they'll continue to spread different myths and stuff like that. So when you hear certain things, you know, you're not gonna catch it all, you know. This was one of the things that opened my eyes to make me realize I need to start catching everything that people are throwing as myths, because there's some part of truth to that somewhere down the line. You get what I'm saying? And when I used to hear people putting that shit in their ass and this and that, you know, I always thought, man, they'd probably hide a couple things. But a banger, like to pull a real deal prison knife out his ass covered in blood, you know. And the thing is for those that don't know how it works in a rec cage, is it's just a small and little caged area where the weights are kept. So for him to go right there and pull that shit out of his ass meant that 9 times out of 10, the person he was trying to cut was in that rec cage. You get what I'm saying? And he would have really been trying to like attack or really gruesomely like put more effort into it if the individual who got the knife from him or the dude who grabbed his wrist was his target. You know, and them dudes never seen him before. You know, it was just the fact that you're in this cage and this dude's bleeding and pulling a knife out of his ass. So it's like, you gotta like, hey bro, you straight, bro? You know, you don't know what he's doing. But if you look at it and you see him doing this, it's crazy as hell. Arm covered in blood from him sticking his hand in there and grabbing it. Like, he literally had a mission. And that mission wasn't complete. He got more than 50% of that motherfucker done though, but he harmed himself. You feel me? And a lot of inmates that I've came across while I was locked up, I'd say 98% of them did not stick no knife in their ass. You see what I'm saying? They had common spots, places the guards already been known about, you know, or had hold down men like I did, fall men, the guys that take the charge and go to the box for the knife. You know, they have things like that in rotation. It's the smarter way. You get away with it longer when you use pawns like that. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, some people will literally harm themselves to try to harm you. So that's why I wanted to share this and let you know that every time you see a knife in the dorm, or you hear there's a knife in the dorm, or you hear a story about this guy just bought this knife, or you see somebody hiding a knife somewhere in the dorm, then you better be aware. You better pay attention, because that knife could be brought there for you, even if you didn't do anything. It isn't like one of those things where like, oh, I don't know, bro, I never did business with him, so it ain't me he's gonna stab. It don't work like that in prison. Somebody you did once do something to can want to take you out, or somebody that you never did anything to can mistaken you for somebody else and want to take you out. You feel me? So you can have somebody on that pound that don't like you, that you don't even know, but they just got it confused on who you are. So then they got some other dude that you do not know that's willing to take that and come stab you. So when you see him with a knife, you might think, oh shit, I ain't really tripping, he ain't here for me. Let me just sit back and observe, pay attention, see what he does. No, it don't work like that. They can stab you. And after I seen how far an inmate would go to stab you, to where he'd stick it in his ass, go through the metal detector, get on the rec yard, I'm like, damn, dude ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? These dudes in here are cannibals, bro. Me peeping this, I'm like, bro, I'm not in no kiddie camp. I'm in a dangerous ass place, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because once I observed that and I was like open to seeing what really took place, I wasn't green to any of this next stuff that occurred. Anytime that I would hear something, anytime that I would sense something, anytime that a piece of information would come my way or see something, I was on beat. And it was like it took that one time for me to see this when I really wasn't expecting to see it, to open my eyes. And when I did open my eyes, I started seeing things more like this, left and right, like boom, boom, oh, look, boom, oh, he's got a boom, boom. Now I felt like every time I heard about a knife, somebody got stabbed. Every time I heard about somebody getting stabbed, I done seen the knife. I done heard this, I done seen that, I done sensed this. And now I was more aware, all from this one situation of seeing an inmate pull a knife out of his ass. And this is what really threw me off, is later on throughout my bid, my favorite knife I ever had was plexiglass. You get what I'm saying? 100% getting through the metal detectors, going on the yard, metal wand, they could scam me and that bitch could be right on my hip. Turn around, they'd scam me and it was not going off, That beats throwing knives over the gate to other inmates so they could bury it real quick before I come around and go in there. You know what I'm saying? But this guy's knife wasn't plexiglass. It was a legit metal knife. So it kind of like made it to where I'm like, damn, how did he manage to get that shit on the rec yard? Due to the fact that he was, leaving trails of blood by the metal detector, shows he walked through the metal detector, obviously already hurt, right? So did the guards turn their head and let him come to the yard? Were they, like checking, turn their head and let him slide? Checking, because that's how it goes. Guards will do stuff like that. They'll turn their head when certain things are supposed to go down. If they know who you're going to hit and it's somebody that doesn't listen to them, or somebody that doesn't cooperate, or an inmate that just gives them, hell and makes them actually do their job, they will literally turn their head and let you go. You feel me? But the one thing I will say is, after doing time and after being in there and seeing how it was, I know exactly how he got the knife on the rec yard, okay? Then I'm gonna break it down to y'all. When you go in there, when you walk into the medical building, the rec yard building, when you walk through the rec yard building, they got the little thing you gotta walk through, right? And they got a table over here, and then there's another one on the other side. I've seen it done plenty of times. After I peeped this one situation, I started noticing that I've seen this so many times. The guards will get, distracted. They'll be standing there and they'll say, come on, and have you walk through the metal detector. And then you send somebody with like a belt buckle on. They'll have like a belt. you know, a piece of metal, a watch, or something like that, to where it goes off, you know, because they're not stopping every single person. Y'all are just keep walking through until it goes off. So when they do that and the person steps over here, the guard turns his attention to that individual now that had the belt buckle or whatever, because they think they got metal. Now that person that supposedly got the metal, who had the belt buckle, they're just the diversion. So when you walk in with the belt buckle, beep, 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 and the guard's like, whoa, whoa, hold on, hold on. You make sure you move this way to where the guard looks this way. And now when he looks this way, the dude behind you, instead of him walking through straight ahead, he hurries up and walks around the pole. Feel me? Because it's just like this. So instead of them all cutting through the middle, once it goes off and they go that way and the guard turns this way, they go swoop right around it, bro. Boop, like it's nothing. After that, man, I started seeing people 24/7. Damn near every other time I went to rec. Swoop, 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 swoop. Swoop, 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 swoop. Swoop, 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 swoop. Just like that. And them boys was getting them things out there on the yard, boy, hitting. You feel me? So that was like, damn. Now that I seen that so frequently, because of the situation I seen, made me open my eyes and pay attention now. It showed me that's 9 times out of 10 how that individual that was bleeding got that shit on the yard. You feel me? Maybe he didn't want to take the risk, you know, of them catching him and them patting him down and him not have nothing on him. Be like, look, man, I ain't got nothing on me, bro. There ain't nothing on me, bro. Look, bro, I'll strip down to my boxers, bro. I ain't got nothing on me. Even though they would have seen the blood and he would have been caught. But, you know, he obviously ain't packaged that shit right or put it the right way or something because he harmed himself. But it just shows, like, you got to be aware. And you got to pay attention, man. Because you never know what these inmates are in there doing in order to harm you. You feel me? And that ain't even the worst thing I seen somebody, you know what I'm saying? And that isn't even like, you know, the most gory situation I've ever seen. That was just one that I seen a dude do to himself, you know, just to try to get somebody out there on the rec yard. You know, that was supposed to be a spot where people used to hide contraband. He put a knife. You feel me? That's what made me want to share this story with y'all. Because if he would have got his target, then, you know, it kind of would have been worth it on his end. You know what I'm saying? But due to the fact that he didn't get his target, 2 other random dudes took him down, took the knife, and he hurt himself. You already knew he was crazy enough to just do that anyways. Anyways, to make that shit disappear, you knew already that he wasn't all the way there. You get what I'm saying? And to me, that's one of the craziest places I've seen somebody hide a banger. You know, that's why I wanted to come on here and speak to y'all about it, let y'all know. If y'all seen anything like this, drop it in the comment sections. You know, you hear about it, and, you know, people might say, yeah, bro, one time there was, or no, I seen this one guy, you know, but you never really know if it's true. You feel me? I'm here to tell you what I seen is facts. I've literally seen, you know, I didn't see him put it up there, but I did see when he was backed in that corner of that rec cage and stuck his hand back there like this and pulled that shit out, made a weird ass noise and pulled it out and he was covered in blood. I did see that. And that's where I was like, damn, it's like something you see in a movie. And I felt like I'd come on here and share it with y'all today, okay? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Have y'all ever seen anybody do something like this when you were locked up? If you know somebody that's locked up and you know that what they'll do to get away with things, you know, do you purposely or think you know someone that would do something like this? Me, when I sit back and I think about it, and I try to think about all the people that I've known, all the people that I see on the streets, all the people that, you know, I've seen locked up. I try to think like, damn, I wonder who would do something like that. And the reason I know it's a crazy situation is because I can't pinpoint an individual that I purposely can say he would do that. You know, I can pinpoint people that I know that would stick certain things in their ass, like contraband, tobacco, and dope, and phones maybe, and stuff like that. But as far as taking a pointy knife and just, I mean, bro, you gotta be like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be like fully like committed, bro, to where you don't give a damn about your insides, to where you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna end myself trying to end this individual. And that's how I feel about it. But if y'all have seen anything crazy like this, drop it in the comment section, man. Everybody loves to read the comments, including me. That's all I got for y'all today. This wasn't like no funny video or nothing like this. This was more of that real spill. I want to be more serious in this one because I want this one to touch people like they mind. I want them to know, like, don't ever slip, bro. Like, that could have been anybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? I could have been drinking out of the water fountain and not been paying attention, you know, and could have, you know, took my drink and then got around and went like this, and he could have pulled that thing out and came and hit me in the back of the head and started hitting me in the neck. You see, it was like so close and observant to where, to me, it was just craziest. And it was such a hideous situation that I was like, man, I gotta come on here and I gotta break that shit down for y'all, man, and let y'all know. To me, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And seeing that kind of made me realize why guards don't really put nothing past all inmates. You know, because they feel like you can't trust the inmate. An inmate could do anything. Me seeing that individual do that fits right with what they're saying. You feel me? Because I basically seen him do that. Me seeing him do that gave me that vibe to where that inmate would do anything. You see what I'm saying? And it makes sense why guards feel like that. Even though not all inmates are the same, but they walk around and carry themselves even towards the softest, most respected, towards, staff inmates there are. The ones that are like real nice to guards, don't want no problems, that don't even look like they deserve to be in prison. The guards will be like real on point around them as well. They never want to put anything past an inmate. And this type of thing where that inmate hid that knife is a perfect example of why. And I understand it. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. Y'all drop it in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. If y'all have ever seen anything like this, let us know about it. And if you know somebody that would do something like that, just think how you know he ain't gonna try to get you. But boy, I tell you what, making one of these bad boys disappear like that. One thing about Frog is I'm gonna get caught with this motherfucker before that even crosses my mind to ever do anything like that. That's how it comes when it comes to contraband with Frog. You gonna catch Frog with it before I ever think of anything like that. Like, that is not even one of my thoughts to like, bro, that shit is unheard of. But anyways, man, that's all I got for y'all today. Y'all already know, like I always say, make sure you keep them rats, squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, and clout chasers out your circle. Until next time, this the one and only, I am my team, Frog.
I'm a criminal, I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though.
I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though, cause I'm a criminal, yeah, I'm a criminal.